Hello and welcome to this edition of Diaspora Central Spotlight. I am Gil Ingles, and with me today in the studio, ladies and gentlemen, I have one of Houston's finest. Yes, I am talking about a community activist. Yes, I am talking about an educator. Yes, I am talking about an individual that ensures that the continent of Africa and its diaspora are actually being bridged. Miss Gail Mebane, welcome to Diaspora Central.
Thank you so much, Gil.
Indeed. Houston Luanda Sister Cities is in the building.
Yes.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, Gil.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Indeed.
For that
Now,
great introduction.
oh no, you're quite welcome. It's a long time.
Yeah.
We've been talking about doing this for quite a while.
We have. Yes,
Finally, we
have.
get a chance to.
I'm so glad.
Yeah. And freshly back from the continent, too.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I was in Luanda and actually traveled around in Angola for almost 2 weeks.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
It was phenomenal. It was
Yeah.
fantastic. I had a wonderful time.
There you go.
The continent is beautiful. Angola,
Yeah.
Luanda, beautiful city, friendly people, excellent food, great culture, dancing.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a wonderful time.
Okay. Was it your first time in Angola?
Yes, my first
Wow.
time on the continent,
Okay.
actually.
First time in the continent
Yes,
also.
yes.
So your first time in the continent, you go to Angola.
Absolutely.
You are my hero.
Well,
My
it's the only
shiro.
place for me
You
to
are
go,
my
you know? I mean,
shiro.
it's ground zero, ground zero.
Yes.
That's probably where I came from.
Yeah.
Originally. So yeah,
There you
it
go.
was significant to
Wow.
go there. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the experience like
Well,
after landing? Because that, and I'm talking about that, the innermost, the emotional, the actual experience, like after you land and you set that first foot on the ground. How did it feel?
it felt like I had arrived to my home. And I told somebody about this too. Like I had come home after a long, 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 long journey. Like I was actually lost,
Wow.
and when I set foot on the ground, I was like, I'm home. It just had a certain energy
Yeah.
about it. And then as I walked through the airport, it was really interesting because I actually came for the U.S. Africa Business Summit.
Yes.
And I was welcomed immediately by the people who were
Right.
part of
The protocol.
And they took me through customs. I went through customs in
Yeah.
like 3 minutes.
There you go.
They took me to the head of the line.
Yeah.
And I said, she's with the U.S. Africa Business Summit. And they said, oh, okay, you're in.
Boom.
That was it.
Welcome to Luanda.
Yes. And it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I felt so great. I felt so welcome.
There you go. Yeah, no, that is great. And today we're going to have that conversation because, I mean, we all know that to get to the point where you get invited to Luanda to go to such a prestigious conference
Yeah.
doesn't just happen.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of work, a lot of preparation, a lot of sacrifices that you have made throughout your life to get to that point.
Yes. I'm glad you put it that way
Yeah.
because, it has been. It has been. It's like wisdom at the top, of experiences.
Indeed.
I would say.
Yeah. So today we get a chance to kind of unpack that a little bit and talk a little bit about you, the family, where you from, where were you born, where you were raised, where your dreams were then, where your ambitions are now, right? So from inspiration to aspirations. Can we do that?
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, she's an educator and willing to bridge the gap. A cultural influence. Miss Gail Mebane. Born and raised in Houston?
No, I was born and raised in New York.
New York City.
I was born in Brooklyn,
Wow.
New York,
Wow.
and grew up in Queens and Long Island.
There you go.
Yeah.
Brooklyn is in the building.
That's right. Brooklyn, USA.
Yeah, the borough of Jay-Z. One thing is for sure, at least you have one major influential person also here in this city with great influence in this city, which is Jay-Z. So two Brooklyn folks in
Oh yeah,
Houston,
Brooklyn. Brooklyn is the capital of the world.
There you go.
actually. It's a major hub
yeah.
in New York City, and it has changed a lot, but it's still a very big cultural establishment. And actually, I saw a lot of what I experienced growing up in Brooklyn
Yeah.
in Luanda,
Okay.
which made me feel at home too. Yeah. Yeah, it was very that
Okay.
was very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Interesting enough. I think Angol. Oh, and you just said that on a show. Angolans now know.
Yeah, well, don't forget
Brooklyn
Brooklyn
is
is
like Luanda, huh?
well
Or
parts of parts.
some things of Luanda are like
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Right, exactly. Maybe
Yeah.
it's the spirit of the people,
Hmm.
the energy,
Yeah.
also the upwardly mobile
Yeah.
concept. I visited a location in
Hmm.
out just outside of Luanda,
Okay.
called uh, Aplausos. It's
Hmm.
um, what's the full name of it? Um, anyway, I'll think
Yeah.
of it in a minute. But
Sure.
anyway,
Okay.
Aplausos.
Yeah.
And it's a community center that is a
Hmm.
one of a kind
Yeah.
place. And it's actually in an inner city, but it's in an area that is kind of like a desert for activities. They don't have any they don't have any movie theater.
Mm.
They don't have all of the activities available for families and
Yeah.
for children. But this place
Hmm.
has been built up over the last 9 years
Okay.
and is providing classes for young
Mm.
people,
Yeah.
ballet, karate, music,
Wow.
piano, guitar,
Hmm.
and voice. The children are learning to sing and
Yeah.
dance and actually academics. They're learning computer science.
Hmm.
They're also learning English.
Yeah.
So I was really thrilled learning about that because
Yeah.
that's something that I also experienced in Brooklyn
There
because
you go.
the community kind of pulls together.
Yeah.
And there were some people who established camps for young people, and that's what I came up through.
Right.
And so when I saw that, I really, it warmed my heart,
Yeah.
and it made me feel like this is something that I want to participate in.
Yeah.
This is something I want to support
Yeah.
because there are young people
Hmm.
that are actually building this. They're
Mhm.
the ones who created it and are
Right.
sustaining it and working on growing this
Yeah.
initiative. And so, this is one of the things that I feel that Houston Luanda Sister City Association
Yeah.
should participate in helping.
There you go. So it really brought you home.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. On
And
a personal level and also on a spiritual level and also on a humanitarian level.
there you go.
Multiple levels.
There you go. At all levels.
Yes.
Yeah. And so born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, Queens also. Yeah.
Long Island.
Long Island. Oh, Long Island also. Okay. Yeah. I guess the part of Queens that we can probably share that I most commonly go or went to when I was a kid in New York was Queens, Forest Hills.
Yeah. I know Forest Hills.
Yeah, right,
Yes.
right on Queens, right off of Queens Boulevard. Not, yeah,
Yeah.
indeed. So eventually, you had to see something different than anybody else around you, and I say that due to the following: you are one of the individuals that I know that is the most uniform persons whose demeanor is always very uniform.
What do you mean by that?
It's like you seem so patiently like collected that is not. It's very. I mean, I personally have never seen you out of your element, right? And I think that it may be the educational training that I don't know that taught you that, but I think that is really part of your personality. So I know that even as a child, I'm sure that you had a specific vision already of who Gail was going to be and why she was being that individual.
That's a really interesting perspective that you have there. Yeah, I've always been a very calm person, but my dad was like that too.
Okay.
My mom was the opposite, but I guess I kind of lean more towards my dad's temperament. But yeah, I'm generally pretty calm and cool,
Right.
collected. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it helps, in my educational career.
Right.
To be that way because I'm more introspective,
Yeah.
and at the same time I'm able to relate to others and
Indeed.
have a lot more thinking time to process things when you're not reacting, reactionary. So I try to, just be a
There you go.
thinker on things.
Yeah. So what were your inspirations?
Well, growing up in Brooklyn, I saw a lot of just community coming together. This is something that I really enjoyed, the way we were just we loved each other. We had a good time. I mean, I used to go outside to play, jumping double dutch and
There you go.
playing games with kids. Things that I don't see nowadays kids doing on their own. Now in schools we have organized sports and things like that, but we actually organized ourselves and went out and played together in harmony and had a good time. Yeah. And that's one of the things that I remember most about growing up in Brooklyn. And then in Queens, same thing. I grew up in Jamaica, Queens. And a lot of my friends were in St. Albans, Queens, and went to middle school there. Yeah. And same kind of thing, I mean, kids used to really have a lot more freedom to go around and just be kids and commune with each other. So I know when I was raising my children, I didn't let them out like that. My parents let me out because things have gotten a little more, dangerous.
They're different.
But we had a lot of free time. I remember riding my bicycle all over Queens and, just having a lot of freedom to find myself and to be with other kids.
Explore.
And just have that social experience that, it's just kind of related to the freedom to be who you are and to learn and grow into that person.
Indeed. Yeah. Had a lot of siblings?
I have one sister and one brother.
Okay,
so
one sister and one
family.
brother. Okay, and where do you fit?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest of them. The boss.
Yeah, I was the boss. I was in charge. They had to follow me.
That's the parents' experiment right there.
Right. So that's where I got my leadership skills.
There you go. I'll show them.
Right.
Yeah. Now, what is mom's and dad's name?
My mom is Dorothy Harris Clement, and my dad is Ozelius Joseph Clement. They're actually beautiful leaders in their own right. They're with the ancestors now. But my dad was an activist in Brooklyn. Actually started an organization called the Jackie Robinson Center for Physical Culture.
Oh, wow.
And that was also an organization that was an after-school program for youth, for disadvantaged young people. It was like a latchkey program where kids could have a place to be after school and in the summertime. And they exchanged a contract for extracurricular activities in exchange for building their academic skills.
Gotcha.
So it was a great program, and that's kind of what the program I saw in that I mentioned outside of Luanda reminded me of. And
gotcha.
I really feel
that's what brought you home.
Yeah, I really feel like this is great. One hand helping the other. The older people pulling up the younger. I mean, and just seeing that everybody coming back to the source to help another person.
Right.
And I kind of like that whole idea, that trajectory.
Full circle.
Right, full circle.
Continuity on legacy.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Now, Luanda, of course, had plenty of good things to you. You've been exposed to the culture already here in the States also, because you currently lead. You have always been a member, and currently you lead the Houston Luanda Sister Cities, right? Kizomba being one of those things. Did you get a chance to experience Kizomba in Angola?
I did. I'm going to have to show you the video of me taking my lesson.
Great. That is good.
I got a lesson. I was fortunately invited to dinner with the family of the previous president, Fatima Bench.
Yes.
She invited me to have a traditional
Angolan
dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, actually on the weekends, family members get together and share fun and talk with each other and have a family get together. It starts at lunchtime, around lunchtime, and then goes all through the day. And we just had had a
blast.
We had a blast.
Yeah.
Food was excellent. The conversation was excellent.
Yeah.
And generations, many generations there.
Indeed.
So, I mean, I thought that was awesome. And
Yeah.
this is something that I experienced too when I was growing up in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And it just felt so comfortable
Yeah.
and great. And I got my first Kizomba lesson
There you go.
from one of the family members. And
Yeah.
I'll share that video with you.
There you go. that would be great. And of course, I mean, and you're back, and right now also looks like there may actually be an opportunity. There's actually a partnership with Houston Luanda Sister Cities and another organization was the Balumuka Fest
Yeah.
for November for the 50th anniversary of the independence of Angola coming up, right?
Right.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at let's go into our first break and take a look at something pertaining to Angola, and then we'll be back and we'll continue to talk about that.
Okay, great. And I just want to say before we
Sure.
end, the full name of the place I was talking about is Espacio Aplausos.
There you go, Espacio Aplausos. That's in Luanda.
Yes.
All right, yes, and we'll be right back. And we are back. If you just joined us, you're now tuned into Diaspora Central Spotlight with Gil Ingles, and our guest today is Miss Gail Mebane. Now, the name. What's the heritage?
Okay, so Mebane is my name. My birth name is Gail Eleanor Clement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And Mebane was a name that I adopted. You know, my first marriage, and it was actually the name of a city in North Carolina.
Okay.
Pronounced Mebane, North Carolina.
Wow.
And you know, the name was never able to be pronounced correctly, and so I decided to Africanize it.
There you go.
And pronounce it Mebane.
Mebane.
It takes a lot of correcting people because phonetically it's spelled differently than it's pronounced.
Right.
In any case, it's spelled differently than it's pronounced because the actual pronunciation is Mebane.
Yeah.
And I've done some research on the name, and the name, I'm not sure, it's culturally, it could be from a lot of different places. I've been told Portugal, I've been told France, I've been told the Middle East.
Right.
And so, and then, you know, with it Africanized, it's from Africa.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like me.
Now it's you.
Yeah. So that's it. And I'll probably be changing it soon too, because I don't like, you know, slave names, but colonial names. Yeah. I mean, when I was a teenager, I knew eventually I was going to get my African name back.
And so Mebane now is
it's on the path.
Yeah, you created it, and I guess so you adopted it and it's become you.
Right.
Yeah, it definitely represents you.
Yeah, I think so. And you know what? It kind of reminds me when I found out about Queen Nzinga. Mbandi.
Yeah, Mbandi,
said,
right.
Oh, you know, that kind of sounds like my name.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, it's good. I'm on the path.
Right, yeah.
I still have to get a proper.
That's Kimbundu. So you need a naming thing. You looking for an actual naming ceremony.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and this, on your visit to Angola this time, did you go to any province other than Luanda?
Yeah, the province that I went to.
Is it Bengal?
I think where Espacio Aplausos was, it's actually located in a province. So, and you know, they've done some political changes too. And Luanda is no longer Luanda City.
Yes,
It's
yes. Yeah. There's some. I myself, I'm not even up to par on what I saw messages and things happening, and there's Luanda, there's Bango, there's yeah, yes. There were changes made. I think it was last year or the year
yeah,
before
yeah,
last,
yeah,
something.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Mm-hmm.
And so this place that I went to was formerly Luanda,
Mm-hmm.
but now it's another
Got
province.
you.
So,
Yeah.
and actually Luanda province
Yeah.
is comprised of a
Yeah.
lot of different areas. So I'm
Yeah.
not really up on all the details
Indeed,
either.
indeed, indeed. But we for the sake of this conversation and for the sake of history, we
Mhm.
keep it all Luanda still.
Right, right, right. Because
I'm
right, we're
messing.
still
We still
Houston,
call it Luanda,
Luanda. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, we
No, but
really are interested in connecting with all of Angola.
indeed,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
So
even
yeah.
though we're concentrated in Luanda, which
Mm-hmm.
is the capital still,
Indeed.
but we
Right.
want to engage with all of Angola.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So at what point at what point do you become this person of service, of community service?
Well, I've always been a person of community service.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as an educator. You
Yeah.
know, before that, I was in the field of social work, and
Okay.
so you know,
Yeah.
I've always been interested in helping others. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the best way to, you know, be a full
Yeah.
person and to give back
Mm-hmm.
and be grateful for what you have
Indeed.
been given.
Indeed.
You know, to be able to give something back, I
Right.
think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And then also, I'm very interested in preparing the next generation
Gotcha.
and knowing that, you know, I'm not only preparing them by what I say, but what I do.
Yeah.
You know, the best way to educate people is to, you know, walk the walk,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
by example.
Indeed.
And so these are some things that I would like to see the next generation doing, you know,
Mhm.
helping one another,
Yeah.
building connections, restoring things that have been lost, and
Yeah.
you know, just being the best individuals that we can each be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, leading the charge,
Mhm.
right? Luanda or Houston Luanda Sister Cities. You, of course, now the president of that
Mhm.
organization. I'm sure that you have an agenda. Yeah.
I do,
Yeah. Something
absolutely.
that you can share with our audience. Mhm.
Absolutely. Well, our agenda is to build the organization, actually build the organization. We have several different projects that we're working on. We just delivered a medical container,
Mm-hmm.
a 40-foot medical container filled with medical supplies to 6 hospitals
Yeah.
in the Luanda area.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to do more of that. We actually are working with partners to possibly over the next couple of years do at least maybe 5 or 6 more containers.
Okay.
We also want to collect instruments and computers and supplies that would be beneficial to the community center.
Okay.
One of our biggest charges, though, is cultural exchange.
Mm.
And we have sent a musician to Luanda. We also sent 2 artists to Luanda, one twice.
Yeah.
And we want to bring some artists and musicians and other cultural people from Luanda to Houston.
Right.
We are working on bringing a cultural event here that involves the skeleton of a dinosaur that was found recently in Angola.
Okay.
Yeah, and the paleontologists who found it
Mhm.
and their whole process. We connected on this trip with the new director of the Museum of Natural History, and we'd like to bring her here as an exchange as well.
There you go.
So we're our whole process is our whole commitment is about cultural exchange, business exchange, commerce. We want to create the most vibrant exchange between the 2 cities
Right.
as possible, and
Indeed.
so that's on our agenda.
Yeah, and definitely necessary because I mean, after all, you are the only African sister cities in Houston, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes. There are 16 sister cities, and our sister city is the only African sister city. However, Luanda is connected also to Newark, New Jersey,
Okay.
and Hampton, Virginia. So
Okay.
there are 2 sister cities that are connected.
In other states.
Yeah, so in other states.
To the
And
same city in Angola.
to Luanda, yes. And actually, Hampton is connected to I think it's Melange.
Melange, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but we want to establish some more sister cities, not necessarily in Houston.
Yeah.
Actually, Sister Cities International has an initiative to create 500 sister cities, African sister cities, in the next 5 years.
Okay. Oh, that's an aggressive agenda.
Yeah. And when I presented that to the government of Angola, because the consul general was able to set up a meeting
Right.
between me, which is really fortunate,
Yeah.
and the government
Right.
officials, the governor of territories,
Yes.
and the vice governor of Luanda, and then also the secretary of state.
Yes.
So we had a really good meeting, and when I told them about the initiative, they said, "Oh, we want all the 500 cities
There
to come
you
to
go.
be from Angola."
There you go.
And
There you go.
So,
Yeah.
we also had an opportunity to meet with the governor of Cabinda.
Cabinda, yes.
Yeah, and she's working on, and we're going to be working with her to create another sister city connected to Cabinda,
Yeah.
and in Louisiana,
There you go.
either Lafayette or Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
So we're actively trying
Yeah.
to get more
Engaging.
yeah,
Yeah.
African sister cities connected, because the sister city program is actually a really great blueprint for exchange
Yeah.
and for friendship, and just creating community across borders, across the ocean.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah, indeed. Spreading those wings.
exactly.
yeah.
And I think the initiative itself is really promising. It was started in 1956. And I mean, it hasn't even reached its full potential.
Right.
We have 16 sister cities here in Houston,
Yeah.
but, of course, room for more.
Yeah.
And I mean, just the opportunity for ordinary citizens to be diplomats and to create those relationships of
Yeah.
friendship and a connection. It's just amazing.
Indeed.
The potential.
Yeah, being an ambassador.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, and looks like the consul general, Ana Paula do Nascimento, is the one that set up your meetings in
Yes,
Angola.
yes,
Yeah, great.
yes.
Yes, a real sister to the community in the diaspora.
Absolutely,
Yeah, very
absolutely.
active.
Very
Yes,
active,
yeah.
and just beautiful in the way she relates to the community.
Yeah,
And I really love that.
Indeed.
She was very helpful.
yeah, a solutionist and she executes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, indeed, efficiently. Also, we should say.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So, out of the biggest, I guess, goals or agendas that, goals that Luanda Sister Cities has here in the community, also, which ones are the ones that you think that the community can actually engage and probably support, and how can they support it?
I think the community can definitely join the organization. It's really a fantastic organization to be part of, and it's very easy to join. You just go on our website. It's only $30 a year for an individual. We have other increments for organizations like corporations and so forth. But join the organization. Everyone who joins can have a voice and can help in all of the initiatives that we have, and also produce new ideas.
Yeah.
For initiatives. But it's all about people to people interactions, relationships, and building that community bridge, which is really all about, people to people, and getting that understanding, because we both communities, the people from the African diaspora, people from the continent, have experienced similar oppression.
Indeed. Yeah. Traumas.
And so we, in many cases, don't understand each other, don't know each other that well.
Yeah.
But we've experienced similar things, so we need to come together.
Yes.
We're probably even, genetically related.
Yeah, we're more alike. Yeah, we're more alike than we are different.
Right,
Indeed.
right. And
Yeah.
so we need to come together as a family. And I mean, this is not excluding anyone. Everyone, has a connection to the continent.
Indeed.
And I think we need to take that as, our uniting force,
Right.
and come together and get to know each other, get to know one another.
Yeah,
you know,
indeed.
share culture, because culture is so vibrant and beautiful.
Right.
And that's the starting point.
Yeah, indeed. And believe it or not, this is the reason why this platform was created, because of I really felt that the communication between the continent and the diaspora was not being direct. It was always influenced by some force of interest or interest that had nothing to do with the benefit of the continent or the diaspora. So this platform was really to ensure that the continent would actually see what the diaspora does, who the diaspora is, so that way they're hearing directly from the mouths of those that actually move the diaspora's needle forward, and not from someone who's trying to create a belief or as an agenda or purpose or an interest in creating something that may not be what the reality is on the ground. Prior to that, I did Africa Plus in DC, and that was exactly the opposite. It was showing to the United States, or to the diaspora, what the new African continent was, right? So that then they could understand it, and hopefully at some point I'll be full circle somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're headed there.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's obvious that
Yeah.
you know, just being active and moving,
Indeed.
you know, you're
Indeed.
gonna get there.
Indeed. Yeah, indeed. Now, the 50th anniversary of the independence of Angola. Houston Luanda Sister Cities is definitely involved in this big effort. A lot of activities going on. One of the biggest one is the Balumuka Fest that happens in November, in which you guys are leading the charge also.
Yes, yes. Well, basically, we are working on building up a beautiful, amazing celebration for the 50th anniversary, because 50th anniversary is a big deal.
There you go.
You know,
Yeah.
being a sovereign government and, you know, leaving the colonialism behind. I mean, that is definitely a milestone
Right.
to reach.
Indeed.
And so we want to celebrate it. We want to celebrate it big time.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're working on. We have a lot of activities planned, not only for the 11th of November, which is the actual date, but
That
we
is
have
correct.
events scheduled going all the way up to that date.
Indeed.
And as I mentioned before, we want to have cultural art.
Yeah.
We want to bring the skeleton or facsimile
Yes.
of the paleontological find,
Yeah.
so that people can see what Angola is all about. I mean, Angola is rich.
Right.
We already know it's one of the richest countries on the continent.
Yeah.
But, you know, not only with minerals and, you know, and archaeological finds, but the people.
Right.
The people are the real riches
Yeah.
of the continent,
Indeed.
of Angola.
Indeed.
And that's what we want to share. And we're going to be doing that through all of these activities.
There you go. And so for people that want to get involved, of course, on Luanda, Houston Luanda Sister Cities, excuse me, you mentioned a website. What is the website address?
Okay, so the website address is Houston. Let me see.
Yeah.
Can you post it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it will
Houston.
actually ticker also.
It's
Should be-
Houston Luanda, I think SCA.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Houston Luanda SCA.org. Yeah, and people can go in and check it out, and you can always search on any browser
Yeah.
for Houston Luanda Sister Cities and get that information. Now, is there anything else that you would like to mention that we may have not touched on that you would like to talk about?
Yeah, I just want to say that, you know, we have a lot of partners
Yeah.
that have really helped our initiatives, and then we're
Indeed.
always looking for organizations, companies, you know, that want to donate or want to participate in any of our initiatives. The American Schools of Angola has been a really great partner with us. Sonangol Marine Services has been a great partner for us in Sonangol. We're actively seeking partners who want to help us with our initiatives, who are interested in citizen diplomacy and friendship between nations and individuals. So, yeah, I mean, join us and see what we can do, you know, to make the world a better place.
There you go. And all it takes, I mean, for your donations and their support is nothing but $30 per year, which is nothing for
Right.
for most of us, and it goes a long way for an organization such as this that is actually doing, has boots on the ground, and is doing the work. It's actually doing the work. It's delivering. It's got receipts. And I'm talking out to the younger people so that they understand.
Yeah. I just want to say we have a really great art program.
Mhm.
You know, in addition to Houston Luanda Sister Cities Association, I'm co-owner of Harambee Art Gallery
There you go.
at City Hall.
Yes.
And we do some really amazing
Yeah.
art
Mhm.
exhibitions. We had a really great one that was featuring several artists from Angola,
Mhm.
from Rwanda,
Yeah.
and we're constantly pushing culture.
Right. And that one had been at actually a city hall, right? It was open to the public to go check it
Absolutely,
out,
yes.
right?
Open to-
And currently, I guess, will that exhibition at some point?
We are looking to do another
Okay.
exhibition with a different artist.
Okay.
However, through at the gallery, we do different exhibits
Got you.
throughout the year. So we
Got
have
you.
another exhibit going up
Got
at
you.
the end of this
Okay.
month.
Got you.
And
So
I
so
will put
people can know.
announcements
Yeah. So
out about that.
okay.
Yeah.
And people, for people who want to actually go visit that, where would they go?
Yeah, they just go to City Hall in 901 Bagby,
Yeah.
and we're located in the Houston TV studios.
Okay.
And it's open to the public during business hours, and then after business hours, they can always get a private showing by appointment.
Got you.
So
Okay.
just reach out.
Yeah, definitely, and that's great support, because at that point, for content creators, you can go out there and get some good content of things that can probably increase your viewership or your followers. Anything else, Miss Gail?
Thank you, Gil.
Oh, you're
for
quite
this,
welcome.
this
Thank you.
interview.
No,
I mean,
thank
it's
you for
been a long
accepting our
time coming.
invitation. Indeed, indeed.
Yeah, I was
And-
vice president when you asked me last
Yes,
time.
yes,
That was
ma'am.
a while ago.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am. Yes,
So,
ma'am.
Yeah, I'm glad that we finally got a chance
Indeed.
to share, to
Thank,
talk.
thank you. Yeah, everything on its right time, and I appreciate the opportunity that you actually have given us of coming in and talking to us, talking to our audience. Hopefully, this program will get you a few more members, and
be
we will
great.
continue. We will continue to push, because there are good initiatives and there are exemplary initiatives, because it's not just even about Luanda, as you have mentioned. There are several other cities, there are several other countries, there are several other sister cities that need to be created, and for the agenda of the program, 500 of them. So that's a lot of work to be done.
Right.
Indeed.
Right, that's
Yeah.
right.
Thank you so much for stopping by, and for those of you that took time out of your busy schedules to join this conversation. I will, as always, appreciate you doing so, and remembering the following: be and stand for what you believe in. Because at the end of the day, if you don't treat those around you well, you stand for nothing. If you don't treat yourself well, you stand for nothing. So treat yourself and those around you well.